What's up, Hoop fans? Welcome to 1716, the most entertaining hour of basketball banter you'll hear each week. I am your host, David, a Boston Celtics fan. Joining us this week, he is extremely excited because Michael Beasley has come to the Lakers and is going to lead them to their 17th to a championship. Lamar, Lakers fan, is joining us. Also joining us, extremely excited that Dirk has taken up $5 million for yet another year. Jeremy, our Mavericks fan, has joined us. On this week's show, we got a fun little lineup this week. We're, of course, going to be talking about all the latest news, spending some extra time talking about Kawhi Leonard, one of the best players in the league. I figure we can dedicate a quarter to him. And then we're going to start a fun little series talking about the best players at each position of all time. This week, we're going to be starting with the point guards. And finishing up our show, we're going to be talking about the coaches that are on the hot seat. As we jump into the first quarter of recent news, just today as we're recording this, breaking the fourth wall a little bit, Kevin Love has signed a massive extension with the Cleveland Cavaliers. How much was it again?
4 years, $120 million.
Lamar, what's that math?
$30
$30 million a year.
Who else in the league makes around that much?
LeBron.
LeBron?
Yeah,
LeBron.
like LeBron. People that get the max.
Max
Paul
So,
George.
so what's the justification behind Kevin Love? He is the best player on that team now.
Not $30 million.
Yeah,
So he's-
Oh, wait. Let me say this. He's a good player, but the length of the contract, I'm like, why would you give him 4 years? Like, if you want to rebuild?
Hasn't he been injured every year?
Well, yes,
Are
but
they rebuilding around him?
he still played well, even though LeBron
He did.
dominates
He
the
did.
ball.
He did play well.
He played well, and
Are they banking on him going back to Minnesota days?
I guess so.
Yeah, that's
That's
the
my
only thing
only.
I can think of.
Is he
Because-
going to?
But if you're going to rebuild, right, you gotta take less in salary. You obviously need more money for the draft. You need more money to build towards the future. So I'm like, what are they doing?
Did Kevin Love just like walk into the office and was just like, "I brought y'all a championship"?
Nope. I think the front office panicked when LeBron left and said we got to get somebody big still because they knew what happened last time when LeBron left.
Right.
And they were terrible and they were awful. So it's him and Colin Sexton.
Yeah.
Hey, Colin Sexton did a great job in the summer league.
He did.
Did you watch like any of the highlights and
I
stuff?
did.
He's pretty good.
He played.
What was this that he did?
Did you see that?
I thought he was good, though.
I thought he was about to break out into some Black Panther Wakanda thing. I was like, dang!
I thought it was a Dragon Ball Z move. I'm not gonna lie.
but
I thought he was going Super Saiyan on the court.
He was getting down there. That was pretty good. But
He's a good
30,
player.
$30 million. I mean, I feel like Cleveland. Honestly, at one point I feel like they kind of panicked because that's $30 million.
that's a lot of money.
But at the same time, like Lamar said, he's their best player remaining. But
all right, here. You be Kevin Love for a second. I'm gonna be the front office.
oh sure.
Ring, 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 ring.
Hello.
4 years, 130 million.
20.
20?
That was 100.
120 million.
Son. Yeah.
That's right. As soon as he got that phone call, he must have been like, sign it. Talking to his agent.
I mean, I don't know. It might have been a typo. They might have meant 20.
They might have meant 20 million. Or 12 million.
I understand as
like
the
that.
years keep
I like
going
that
along
idea.
that people are going to get more money because of salary cap. I understand.
Right.
I understand that. But you're telling me Kevin Love is worth $30 million every year?
What is LeBron making this coming year? Is it
It's like 33 or 34.
33, yeah,
It's somewhere in that ball.
Jeez.
That's what I'm saying.
And Paul
That's
George making
like,
the same thing.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So when you're
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
he is. So when you're
Yeah.
in that
Well,
range,
LeBron isn't making.
yes, he is.
LeBron's
Yes, he
on
is.
the max.
He's on the max.
Yeah.
That feels so. It's because he changed teams.
Yeah.
If he would have stayed on the Cavs,
He would have gotten more.
Okay,
Correct.
I'm
But I'm just saying.
I'm still learning.
We're talking about annually
Hey.
who's getting the same kind of money.
Over the last 2 weeks, I've learned a lot. I'm getting a little bit of this.
$30 million.
Admittedly,
$30
$30 million.
2 weeks ago, I got burned real bad, and I ain't gonna let it happen again. So I'm a bit more prepared now. So anyway, Kevin Love got paid, but he got overpaid.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
know who else
Yes,
got
absolutely.
overpaid?
Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart.
My
Now,
goodness.
now
The
wait a
glue
second.
guy.
Hold on.
The glue guy.
Stop this.
A glue guy.
Let me say, I am extremely happy that we got Marcus Smart back. I'm extremely happy. There's really no one in the league that I wanted to get for around in that spot on the roster. There's
Okay.
no one else I wanted to get.
Okay.
However,
They overpaid for that. Man.
Little bit overpaid.
A little bit. I looked at that. I was like, I think my TV is wrong. Let me.
Was it 50,
No,
was it 52
Right.
million?
Yes.
It was
Oh, yeah.
52 million for 4 years,
Bro, that's
and it's
crazy.
going to increase as the years go.
Yes.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So on average, he's
mean-
getting $13 million a year for a hustle guy, for a glue guy.
Hey.
I'm like, I can't believe this. I cannot
Now
believe
here's the
it.
thing. Here's the thing. I'm happy he's back, and I'm happy that he's happy, which means he will continue to play as hard as he has. So we'll still have that good player, but at the end of the year, if we lose Kyrie because for some reason money something, or if money something over the next couple years, Marcus Smart, you're my boy.
David, you do realize though, with all these people on the team, someone's going to have to go eventually.
I know,
You're aware of that, right?
But I at least
Which means your money now that you spend on Marcus Smart is going to be less money because you should have used that on Kyrie,
I understand.
and he's going to leave
Here's the
because
thing.
of it.
I have 11 months to process that.
11 months.
I need some time to process.
That's exactly what I thought. I said they overpaid him, and that money should have gone towards Kyrie. They messed that up.
But at the same time, maybe they've got other plans to keep him.
They better.
Now, there's been all kinds of reports and stuff that says that everything that everyone's saying about Kyrie leaving is false, and then you'll hear reports that say that he's leaving. What? I don't think he's going anywhere. We've talked about this. We're not talking about Kyrie. Also, talking about the Boston Celtics. Another person that has signed since we had our show, or news that has come out since, I don't remember if he had signed with the Nuggets before, Isaiah Thomas contacted Danny Ainge right before signing his Nuggets deal. He was like, I want to come home. Let me come home. And Danny was like, we appreciate the offer. We appreciate what you did, but nah. Which, admittedly, I'm okay with. Our point guards are solid right now. We have, in my opinion, one of the best point guards in the NBA right now. Indisputably, you could argue where he's at. I would say top 2. In Kyrie. Then we have Scary Terry.
He was shoot shot Dave.
If he doesn't make his first 3-pointer in the regular season this year, cut him.
What?
Yeah, I'm still mad. Anyway,
Scary Terry.
I am
That's
okay.
scary.
I am okay with our point guards right now, and I honestly think the Nuggets are the best fit for Isaiah.
Absolutely.
Isaiah can come in. He can help lead those people that are taller than him.
He's going to come off the bench and be that scoring punch.
Who's their
It's a
starting
problem.
point guard?
He's Barton.
No, not Will.
Or-
Jamal Murray.
Are we sure
Is
that
Murray a point guard?
Isaiah is not going to start over him? Like, how sure are you of that?
Ooh, that's good.
I just said Barton because usually Barton's going to have the ball in his hand.
Yeah, Barton's a 2 guard, but I know they
most.
have Gary Harris, Jamal Murray.
Yes.
Oh, I typed in the wrong
I
thing.
think
I'm
guards.
stupid.
I can't.
Can't think of their other guard. No, what's his name? They traded what's his name? Moutier.
Right.
They traded him?
Yeah.
What did
They traded him to the Knicks last year.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. So he was like their point guard.
Right.
Yeah, he's gonna be that punch, man.
All right, official depth chart here. Jamal Murray
Jamal Murray, yeah.
is what they consider the starting point guard. And when you're averaging 16.7, 3.4 sit, I mean, sure, you're the starting point guard. So
Yeah.
Oh, I agree, but I'm just saying he'll bring that energy.
No, I
and
understand.
that different look off the bench.
I just didn't know because Isaiah was like fighting for MVP
Right.
the last
But
year in Boston.
This year is gonna be he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder.
Right.
Because well, for
So-
one, a lot of teams like I said were apprehensive about signing him because they're not sure
'Cause
about
of
his
injury.
injury. But
if
I
he
mean,
comes
the
back
man,
and he's good, he could
Yeah.
earn that starting spot.
just think like 2 years ago he was MVP.
Right.
In the running for the MVP. Maybe a max player. I mean, you could argue if he was going to get some money. He was going to get a lot of money.
Right.
And then the injury happened, and the fallout with Boston. But this year it's a big year for
I think
Thomas.
it's a big if though because he's such a small guard.
Yeah.
And when your hip is injured, you
Right.
know they're gonna force you to drive, which means more contact.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like
man.
you said, it's an if.
Yeah.
But if he comes back like he was, maybe even a little better,
Oh, yeah,
he's going to get that
But
starting spot.
why would he contact the Celtics? What I don't understand.
Because he
that.
loves the city. Because
Oh, yeah.
we love him.
Yeah, but it's a business.
Yeah.
It's the
For sure.
National Basketball
Hey.
Association.
Yep.
What he said is the worst that can happen is they say, no, I have this other offer on the table. So
which guards? Let's play a time.
Isaiah, I love him to death, man. And he's a great player and great story, but man, he's a 5'9" defensive liability.
He still got my heart.
5'9" defensive.
Speaking of players that have our heart, I'm going to segue through every point in this. Gosh. Speaking of players that have our heart, talk to me about Michael Beasley, Lamar.
Let me tell you something first off. Before we talk about Michael Beasley, you are being so disrespectful right now.
What did I do?
You are being disrespectful. Michael Beasley, I'm going to come back to you later because we got some stuff to talk about, but you are being disrespectful to the Lakers. You need to stop it. You need to calm down.
Last time Lamar
That's right. Don't make me do it again. Don't make me do style. Don't make me do it again.
I'm ready.
But anyways, I will admit, Michael Beasley makes me a little nervous.
He went back to Michael Beasley real quick.
I did. Michael Beasley makes me a little nervous.
Stay off the weed.
Not only that. Have y'all realized he's been in the league for 11 seasons and he's been with 7 different teams?
Wow.
7 different teams.
Wasn't he a number 2 pick?
He was.
Right. So we're talking about a really talented, smart player. Talented scorer, right? Can't stay on the same team for a while.
Because he can't stay.
Because he can't stay off the weed.
There you go.
But he in Cali, though. Cali is...
All right,
see, the truth is, we know that, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about him just getting along with people. And Luke Walton, who we're going to talk about later, boy, he got a task because I think now I was okay with him getting Rondo because and LeBron and the people we got before. But now when you throwing Michael Beasley into that pot, oh, man. Woo! You're going to have to deal with some attitudes. And I don't know if he's really... Because think about it, in Golden State, you had Draymond. That was really the only,
And just like Steve Kerr, you don't really have to manage those personalities. They butt heads.
Well, they will have to this season, though. But then
they straighten up when it's time to get to business.
Right.
They've even said that themselves.
Right. But you throwing Michael Beasley into those other cats?
Well, yeah.
Woo.
Is Michael Beasley, would you consider him a locker room destroyer?
No,
No. So you would say Dwight Howard's more of a locker room destroyer?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
I'm just asking questions.
I think I'm curious to see what role he's going to play on the team. Mm-hmm. I know obviously we're going to need him for scoring punch, that's for sure.
Right.
But
last season he averaged 13 points a game, so he proved just last season that he can do just that.
Well, I agree. I just think we're going to be I really do think we're going to be a running team. Right. We're going to get up and down the floor pretty quickly, and it's like the Melo effect. I don't know if Michael Beasley still can get down the floor like
That's true, but I think
know.
when you got LeBron though, I think LeBron can. I ain't gonna say he can change Beasley at all, but I feel like LeBron can have more of an effect on him.
Oh, agreed. Yeah. That is the great equalizer. LeBron will be like, "Hey, we can get you out of here."
Right.
Yeah. I agree, but that makes me a little nervous. I admit it. Okay. It makes me a little nervous.
It's a 1-year deal, so it remains to be seen.
Right.
One-year deal.
Magic Johnson is so smart. I was like, okay, all these guys are on 1-year deals. So if it doesn't work, boom, we're back to business.
In 365 days, we're going to be sitting here on the show.
Talk about Beasley.
And we're going to be talking about all these 1-year deals that are done. And we'll see what he comes up with next year.
Magic Johnson, he's done all good deals. Everything Magic Johnson has done so far has been great.
I'm so glad.
Why are you giving me that smirk?
I'm so glad he said that.
Why are you giving me that
I was just
smirk?
happy that you said that sentence and it wasn't obstructed, so I can cut it out at a later date and just use it against you. I'm so excited.
So far to this date, Magic Johnson has done everything.
Oh, but that's okay.
Right.
You already said it a different way a minute ago, so I got that one. So anyway, you mentioned a player.
What? You act like, wait, are you saying the Lakers are not going to be good this year?
I didn't say. What have I said in the past about what seed I think
that's the
they're going to be?
second time you've talked about Magic Johnson. I'm wondering what's the deal.
I hate the Los Angeles Lakers.
But
I am a Boston Celtics. But hi, nice to meet you. I'm a Boston Celtics fan.
He's the best point guard ever played. He's a very good executive.
Whoa! Hey! Spoilers for the third quarter. Let's finish up the first quarter real quick. You mentioned a player a couple minutes ago, and I should have taken it so I could segue into it. But Carmelo Anthony.
Hello.
Now, the last show, we said he was about to get bought out and go somewhere. We're trying to figure out where he went. Whoa! Instead, he gets traded to the Hawks, gets bought out, gets his entire $27.6 million. That's not as much as Kevin Love gonna make, though. Anyway, and now...
Oh my gosh, that just...
Right. And now he can go wherever he wants. Obvious front runner is Houston right now. I'm not even hearing any other names of teams.
Houston's on.
is Houston. You know why I'm not hearing any other names? Because nobody wants it. You know what I saw this morning? I saw a video on Twitter this morning, and it said, Carmelo's putting in work. So I clicked on it. And he's working on his ISO game. Like, why are you working?
That's Carmelo. That's his game. That's his game.
I'm going to say this, and I know it's going to start something, but let's be real. Houston is his best fit because they play ISO ball.
Right.
So
no, we talked about this. It is his best fit.
I mean,
I just don't think it's going to work.
It's not going to work.
I don't know yet.
They'll get to the playoffs.
It depends what you think work is. Like,
well,
what do you mean by it's not going to work or it is going to work?
If you consider the Houston Rockets, work would mean NBA Finals because of how close they were. Because it's not going to be like, you can't, like, at the end of their next season, if they go back and say, okay, we only made it to the conference semifinals this year.
No.
That's a fail.
Taking a step back.
That's a step back.
Yeah.
That did not work.
Well, two things I'll tell you. Number one, I think the Lakers took Michael Beasley on purpose so that way they didn't have to worry about the Melo questions. I really do. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. And when I thought about it, I was like, why did we sign Michael Beasley so quickly when there's still some good free agents out there? I was like, why didn't we sit back? And I thought about it, I was like, they don't want to deal with the Melo questions. I get it. And then I'm telling you. And then second thing is, it doesn't matter if Melo doesn't come back in shape. Said this before. Because think about it, or it does matter, but if he has to come back in shape, and even then he has to realize, oh man, I'm not the first or second option on the team.
If they sign Capella, is he even the third?
Yes,
yeah,
because Capella's not a one-on-one player.
Well,
Capella is a dump it down low. I can finish around the rim.
But isn't that
But he was a third option in Oklahoma City too. So
how'd that work out in the playoffs?
But my whole thing
Did he play in the playoffs?
My thing with Houston
I still don't
is, man, you have to have star players, you have to have a good bench, but you also have championship pedigree. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's why I'm saying
you're saying
Houston they don't have a champion. Like, name a person on that team with.
Well, Trevor Ariza was on there.
That's what I'm saying.
I want to see where he's going. Keep going.
No, that's all I was saying is they don't have. I mean, you lose Ariza. That's why I said he's a big deal because he's the only one on that roster with a championship.
And he's not like the 15th player.
Right.
If he was like the 15th player,
he was a two-way player, and he knew how to, win.
Now they're gonna miss his defense. That is for sure. I'm saying they will miss his defense, but I think his experience is a little overrated because it's not like Melo's a new pup. Like he's been in the league for a while.
Yeah, but he hasn't been to the finals. He hasn't been to the conference finals. I think is he second round? I think he made the second round once.
Yeah, with the Knicks, I think he made it. He didn't. Well, definitely Nuggets.
The Nuggets.
The Nuggets.
I think they made the second round once with the Nuggets. I think he made the second round once with the Nuggets.
Oh, okay. Well,
if I remember right.
I don't know.
We'll see. I mean,
so you're suggesting when you say that they need championship pedigree, you're saying that Carmelo's not that.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. I was just making sure.
Absolutely.
I got one question though. Does he play on the bench?
No.
Nope.
So he's going to be the starting small forward.
Yep.
I'm telling you. Melo's ego's too big.
He won't do it.
His ego's too big.
I know. I feel you, but I'm just thinking. So who's the starting five for Houston next year?
With
CP3, Harden, Melo,
PJ Tucker. Would you put PJ Tucker at the 4?
I don't know. Right, you can't put Ryan Anderson out there, but they might.
And then Capella center, but.
They might put Ryan Anderson out there only because they have to build his stats, and then people have to in order to get him traded for trade bait.
Ryan Anderson?
Yeah, but you can realize how much he's getting paid. He gets like $20 million or something per year.
Yeah, he's getting $20 million.
And so I'm like, so it's like the Lonzo effect. I've said Lonzo has to play well this year too, or else Rondo will take over for him, and then he immediately becomes trade bait. But we got to get him playing to see what he's got. Same thing with Ryan Anderson. Yeah. You have to get him playing in order for him to be trade bait.
I play like this. Either way, you're in a who you play on the 4 with Houston. So if you play Ryan Anderson, he's a defensive liability. He can shoot the ball.
Him and Melo on defense.
Exactly. But if you play PJ Tucker is a great defender and he can't shoot worth a lick. So either way, you're in a.
It's gonna be interesting, man.
But when you have a 1, 2, and a 5, I guess a 3 that can score, are you really?
He's a 4.
Are you really worried?
Melo is a. Let's call it what it really is. Melo's a fat 4.
Fat 4.
He is a
stretch
fat
4.
Right. He's a fat 4. I'm sorry. I don't mean to talk about the man like this, but man,
yes,
we about to put a montage together.
Like, come on, you watched him towards Utah. You were like, man, you're not even in shape to play in the playoffs.
It was tough
man.
to watch.
Hey,
man.
He's working, doing that ISO game.
Yeah, hoodie mellow.
He was sweating.
He better be on
He didn't have a hoodie on.
No, he didn't have a hoodie on? Oh,
He was.
man.
But
scoring.
I wish he would realize the best Melo was the one that was in Denver, running down the court
Right.
where nobody could hang with him. They were like, man, this dude is crazy.
Mid range was all man.
Why? I don't understand. I don't get it.
I don't know, but that's all the recent news that I can think of. If you guys would like us to talk about any recent news, just let us know on some social media so we'll know what to talk about.